Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Last time out we went to the auction and bought from the new DLC that came out recently a truck, and we're in the process of repairing it. We've currently ripped out all of the gearbox and engine, and the rest of it needs to all come out and be fixed up and replaced. But I thought at the same time as just doing that, we'd also do some normal jobs because I need some cash after having fluffed it all on that. It was about 40k in the auction. So here we go, here's one of the other trucks. It looks very similar. That's a Castor Earthquake wreck, so over there. Oh, excuse me. So that's just like the normal version of it, I guess. And these are from the previous DLC that I bought recently. So there we go. So what is it to be today? Well, I can't really resist the new one. So let's take the Castor Earthquake. Alright, so as I mentioned when we were looking at the Castor Earthquake wrecks, those people of you who know what these are based on in the real world will know that this is based on a and yes, right, yeah, it is actually. It's meant to be a and you know, Castor. Yes, I know all about cars. So the thing that's interesting me slightly is wondering what the difference between the Earthquake wrecks and the Earthquake is. I can't see an obvious difference. Maybe it's in the engine, maybe it's not a V8. It looks like a V8. I mean, to my untrained eye, it looks pretty flipping similar. Well, I'm just going to need lifting, so let's get on a lifter. I can't lift it, it's a big heavy beast. Double check what was wrong with it. So engine power, tapping sounds from engine, sloppy steering. So it might be worth remembering that we can test these vehicles, although of course it might be broken to the point where you can't. So let's do some of that. I've done this for a while. Let's do the obi-dooby-doop. Doot-doot-doot-doot-doot. So that tells us stuff about things, about the engine and what have you. So there we go, some issues there. And then the next test is the inflation test. That's where you try and pump air into the car and see where if it escapes anywhere. That's right, it escapes from the crankshaft apparently. That's not good. And the final one is the electronic random number generator, where basically it pretends it's doing something and then just goes blah. There, blah. See? Didn't do anything. Right, the cutoff is 78%. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Why are these red? Are these red because they need to be taken off? Yes, I see the little bit of rust on the silver part. Okay. And this needs removing. Oh, click on the wrong part. Both a bit knackered. Right, there we go. Knocking sounds from engine as well, so things to like the steering might be that causing that. Let's check the air filter. I'm not sure if any of the tests we do cover the air filter. I'm not sure that they do. This might just be a visual examination jobber. Yeah, that's pretty dead. 23%, yeah. I wonder if it's worth going behind the steering. What else do we need to do? That's the wrong button, as usual. Lack of engine power, air filter, fuel rail, ignition coils. Okay, so we have to at least find the ignition coils that were dodgy. So that one, and that one. That one, and that one. So that's all of those. Tapping sounds from engine, crankshaft. Oh yeah. The crankshaft is quite deep in the engine. It actually attaches to the gearbox as well. So to take the crankshaft out, we have to take out pretty much the entire engine, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if you can come at it from like just underneath by taking out the gearbox, because it's got all the con rods and stuff attached to it. Well, we can try that. I think it's pretty pointless, but we'll give it a go. So we need to lift it up. I like the way it's hovering over the ramp. Yeah, that's very nice. So yes, take the drive shaft off. Okay, the front the drive shaft, then we get the transfer case off. The gearbox, take off the starter motor. And still, as far as I can tell, this is exactly the same as the Earthquake Rex. I'm not noticing a difference, but maybe the more eagle-eyed amongst you know what's going on. Or the more car literate, I suppose, might be the thing. Or, you know, you're aware that it's based off a particular vehicle. Alright, there's the crankshaft, so we can't get that out at the moment. Other things I'm going to need to do. Last time I had to drain some oil from a car, I managed to spill the oil. It was from that one that we were stripping out, in fact, last episode. So, here we go, see if I can catch the oil this time. It does appear to come through the steering rack as well, but there we go, I think that's about right. Let's do it so we can see it go in, look, like this. There we go. Oh, I can't quite see the... fun with pixels, there we go. Oh, I missed again. Alright, something about the lineup for this, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's in the right spot. Oh, it is actually... it's not quite forward enough, is it? If it is dropping through the steering rack, it looks like it is just missing. That's interesting, because one of the techniques you use for positioning the oil drain doesn't seem to be working. Either that or I'm just doing it wrong. But considering that the only 2 times in this entire game I've actually had to pay that cost, because I only... since learning my lesson in the last game, I haven't had a problem. It's only been this particular vehicle. Oh, did I take the sway bar off then? I don't think I wanted to. There you go, put that back on. So, interesting. Right, so I need to take the wheel off to get the tyre rods out. Get the steering rack off. Oh, the brakes need some work as well, apparently. Brakes an issue? Yeah, brake system needs fixing. Yeah, fair dues. Should have missed that. It often mentions the brakes first if the brakes are a thing. Alright. Get all that out. Alright, so this caliper's okay. And the pad's a bit rubbish, but the disc needs to come off. Okay, that's that bit. That's right, I've already forgot what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be unscrewing the oil pan, aren't I? I've taken the oil out. Memories of things that probably used to be... Right, so now we can get at the crankshaft bearing caps, which is partly holding the crankshaft, and also I believe we have to remove the pistons and con rods. Yes, yes we do. Which we'll do when we bring the car back down, but first let's just double check all the brakes, although we can do that with the car down obviously. There might be some suspension issues too. Oh. Yes, there's some suspension issues. Bit of leaf spring, bit of leaf spring rot. A bit more on this side. Someone's been doing too much off-roading. Bouncing about, breaking your leaf spring holders. And some chocolatey brakes. Alright, good. So, looking good. So we just have to get at the crankshaft now, which of course is the entire engine removal job, which just makes the whole thing rather a big one, or a big job. So we have to come in the top of the engine. What do we need to do? Let's do quite a lot. Pretty much what you saw me do on the last episode, because we were stripping out the engine of the Earthquake Rex. And obviously, although this isn't a Rex, it's been identical as far as I can tell so far. I thought maybe we could get away with that taking off the timing or something, but no, you have to take it all off. Take it all off. That's right, strip completely. I've forgotten this about the V8 engines, because of the way the... well, it's not necessarily just the V8 engines, but to get the timing off, if you just wanted the timing off, you'd have to take these head covers off as well. It's all a little bit much, I think is the term. So, there we go. Oh, let's get the water pump. Actually, maybe we do set that off. Yeah, of course we do, because it's the timing cover we need to get out, which is this bit. Which, of course, I just mentioned we can't take off until we've taken off the head covers. These extra ignition cores I did remove. Okay, so there we go, got the intake manifold off, and now we should be able to get the timing cover off, which will allow us to remove the timing belts, and then the cam gears. Actually, can we take the crankshaft off now? Oh no, so we've still got the pistons and cod rods attached, haven't we? Just having a quick, oh, maybe I don't have to do all this moment. There we go. Yeah, so let's take out these things which you told me about already. Silly boy, I'm having a silly moment. No idea. So we can take out the camshaft, sorry, and then we can remove the end. No, we can't remove the. Oh, we've still got the exhaust manifold attached, of course. You have to remove everything. It's a V8 performance engine. So take off one of the heads, and then we can get some of the pistons. Look, see, here we go. This is the whole reason we're doing this, so we can get these pistons off the crankshaft. So cam gear, camshaft, sparkles, intake manifold. Sorry, exhaust manifold. The intake manifold was at the top. And head number 2. There we go, all the con rods out, and then we can put it up in the air and take out the crankshaft at least, at last. Oof, right. So that might be everything that needs to be out. It might be time to buy stuff. Buy stuff. Air filter. Yes. Fuel filter, fuel rail DI times 2. Fuel filter. Fuel filter, fuel rail DI times 2. Oh yeah, and 4 ignition coils. Ignition coil. Just a normal ignition coil? Yeah, just double checking. 4 of them little puppies. Alright, crankshaft V8. Crankshaft V8. Sloppy car steering. Inner tie rod. Inner tie rod times 2. Leaf spring plate times 2. And U-bolt times 2. Steering rack and sway bar front ending B. Steering rack and link B. Yes. Brake system, ABS module, ABS pump. 3 calipers and 1 disc and 1 ventilated. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 3 pads. Alright. Okay. Let's put it all back together. Yeah. Lengthy job. Wanted to do multiple jobs, but it's a lengthy job. Seeing your frustrations away. I guess this job would be worth a decent amount of cash for all the hassle. Reversal. So yes, fitting is a reversal of removal. Can gears. Sparkles. Pardon me. Oh. Oh yeah, can't put the head on yet, of course. Let's put the timing doobries on. Timing doobries, that's right, use the official terminology only, otherwise people get confused. Yeah. So, did anyone notice any difference between this and the Rex? I have to say I still haven't really. Maybe it's just some sort of weird option that you wouldn't notice as a mechanic. Yeah, it's got air conditioning. Do you not notice? No, I did not. It's got a spare timing cover as well. Presumably that's from taking it off the other one. Many parts to the front of the V8. Still, getting that, it's all happening quite easy, there's not been any problems. Just getting it done really. There we go. Yeah. Ease them in. Oops. Time for some belts maybe. There we go. Make sure it's tense. All that done. Filter cover, annoying little metal clips. All at 100%. I wonder if they're the ones that I fixed up for the other vehicle. Probably are. Hey ho. I can't imagine clips are very expensive to replace. Well, I can imagine it, but I'm sure it's not actually the reality of it all. Engine head. So yeah, crankshaft, big job. This is why when people say your crankshaft might be knackered in your car, everyone's like, oh, it's probably a write-off. Just because the amount of effort involved. Why can't I put anything else on top of this? What have I done wrong? Oh, I've not screwed in the final. It's the final ball. Bit of throttle, it's always useful, especially with a V8 engine. Oh yeah, flywheel, that's the exhaust, the clutch issues. Let's put the brakey bits in whilst we're here. And put the abs module in, get those nice chest board muscles nice and firm. The front's all on. Okay, awesome. Right, so we need to do some brake work and something else that I've forgotten. Ah, yeah, some suspension-y work. The steering rack, of course, so the car needs to be up in the air for that. For some reason I feel the need to put the brake bits back together first. I'm not going to put the wheels on the back yet because I haven't done the suspension-y fixes that are required, so it keeps me remembering it slightly. Right. Alright, so some final bits and pieces to put back in. So we've got steering rack and tie rods. So the wheels can go back on the front, I think. That's all done. There we go. Lovely, jubbly. Down the back, do the leaf springy jibs. There we go. A little bit of nutting or bolting, depending what you fancy. Whoops, that one please. Stick your wheel on as a reward for having all your suspension fixed. There we go. Leaf spring plate. U-bolt. That's the U-bolt. 79%, is that good enough? It is just good enough. Good. Okay, so how are we doing now? We've done all of that, all of this, all of this, all of this, and we haven't done this yet. Okay, that's fine. Bring it back down to Earth. Looks like something that's chocolatey. What else? That's not the one we want. Press the right button. So, rear left door, rear right fender, right headlight, right tail light. Really? Can't tell. Oh, there's a bit of mud on that. Not so sure about that. Still don't need that yet. Right. Damaged body. So, right headlight. Yeah. So this is the Castor Earthquake as opposed to the Rex. So up a little bit. Castor Earthquake. And what did we need? Front bumper starts here. So you need a left door, a right door. Is that a front door? Rear left door, rear right door. Rear, front and left door. Front and left, eh? Left and right. And then a rear right fender. Rear right fender. And then a right headlight and a right tail light. It goes into Earthquake Rex. Uh-oh. There's no right headlight or tail light for the Earthquake. Are they right at the start? No. Castor Earthquake. Well, just out of interest, we'll see if these fit it, but I imagine they don't. No. Okay, I can't complete this job. It's kind of frustrating, but this is the joy of playing the new DLC the day it comes out. You have the possibility of these issues rearing their ugly head. So, I will have to do this some other time, so I'll have to come back to this one. So I guess I'll call that it for today, and go and have a look at forums and stuff, and see what happens. So I need to sort out still no fix, I don't think, for these missing parts. It's the next day. Let's double check. Let's do a search. What happens if we put in Castor here? Alright, Earthquake, right headlight and tail light. No. Got the Rex headlight on the right. There it is, looks right down the bottom. Awesome, I'm glad I searched properly, so it's just not in the right place. Dear. And of course I have posted on the forum as well, so I have to go and tell them it's there, it's in the wrong place. Tusk! Alright, there we go. The other thing I thought of was I could try fixing them, because I think they're in my inventory still. But there we go. Now press all the right buttons. Go on, there you go. So that's that job done, after a little bit of poking about. An extra 10 grand. Yeah, that's not bad. Apparently they'd like us to put the drive shaft back, which I think is a little bit. So hover it up. Pardon me. Assemble mode. Why can't I see a drive shaft? Don't tell me I haven't put the gearbox back in either. Some parts of this vehicle were left to do, I see. Alright. Coming back to a job that you've half finished, of course. Always tricky. Alright, there we go. A bit of starter motor. Oh yeah, a transfer case. Front shaft and main shaft. So apparently I'm going to call it. Oh dear. So there we go. I have to go and edit my my forum post on the Steams. Right, so what else have we failed to put on? Let's oh, I look like a job done. No, still quite a lot to do. I wondered if the oil pan looked like it was on. It wasn't. So apparently we've some. Oh, we haven't put these on. Look. Yeah, this job really was half done, wasn't it? There's me putting on the bodywork yesterday, thinking I'd finished. Sterling work. Oop. And bolty. There we go. So what else have we not put on? It looked like the intake manifold wasn't on properly as well. Let's bring it down and have a butcher's. I could keep trying to sell it, trying to send it away on its way. Yeah, I thought so. The top of the engine isn't finished. Oh, the intake manifold's on. Ah, it's just the covery bit. Oh, and only on one side as well. Awesome. What a half-assed job that somebody did. Obviously not me. It was obviously one of my little interns. And of course, I remember the fact that I spilt oil all over the floor. I forgot that I hadn't put any back in. Alright. Couple of seconds more. And double check with the dipples. Oop. There we go. In the middle. Right. Let's try that. Give it a little polish. Send it on its way. Hurrah! Finally the job has been completed. Well, thank you very much. Let's leave that there, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Au revoir.